Morning, good afternoon, my brothers and sisters on the African continent. Welcome to the BCA annual general meeting. This time it is a different one because, as you are aware, because of COVID-19, we can't meet face to face. But thank God, with the technology, we are able now to Zoom and see each other's face, smiles. But I know it is a very bad one. My name is Mugabi Simon, and I'm the chair of the events committee, at the same time the Para-Badminton department. And I will be making a presentation regarding the two that were held in 2019. 2019 was a very successful year for us as far as events is concerned, because as you know, in tournaments, the main factors that brings all our players together, and we are there for the players as our key elements in the development of the sport. We had 5 championships, and those were spread all over the African continent. To start with, we had the All Africa Senior Championship that was held in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. This one was very wonderful because it recorded a massive number of entries in terms of countries and in terms of players. Altogether, it was a wonderful event that was world class, organized by Badminton Nigeria. And I want to thank the president of Nigeria Badminton Federation, my brother Frank Obi, for the job well done. I want also to thank him that he did a very good job, whereby which he had to make sure that accommodation was subsidized, and at the same time making sure that players and officials were easily transported from Lagos to Port Harcourt. That was very wonderful for him, and I think that one is good, and I think other leaders can copy from him. That was very good for us as Africa, and of course for Nigeria. Thank you very much, Mr. Obi. After that, we had the under 15 championships, which was held in Abidjan, that is Ivory Coast. If you can remember, this is the first one in that region, because the previous events have been held in North, East and South, but this was the first in the West African region. This time around, it was very good because it attracted 12 countries compared to the previous one, where you had 5 countries participating. And for us, when we look at anything going beyond 10, we know those are very good entries. It also had new entrants, that is Niger and Tunisia, that for the first time they were here in this tournament of ours. And of course, I know it was medals were spread among various countries, as you will see later in the slides that will be shown to you in the coming slides. After that, we had the Africa Games that were held in Casablanca, Morocco. Oh, this was wonderful because we want to thank the Moroccan government and of course the Morocco Badminton Association for the good job they did for this event. The event was colorfully presented for the first time, where we had the international systems on the court, where we had the people using the scoring system that are in the World Championships, where they had the tabs on the umpires' chairs, TV screens in the corners of every court. This was very good for Africa, and I think if we can have such events on the African continent, it will be very good for us in terms of event presentation. This one was also very good because it had the team event and individual events, and the medals were spread among various countries, as you will see later in the slides. After that, we had the first Africa University Badminton Championships. This was held in Mauritius, and this one is going to be held after every 2 years. Of course, being the first tournament for the universities and having 12 universities all over Africa, I think for us, when you're having an event, that's the success all over for us, and I think that's very good. Within the next year, we shall have a bid to see who is going to host another one. That will be in 2022. So this is very good, and I think we urge you, member associations, so that the universities in your countries can be able to represent your countries. Last on the African Championships, it was the Africa School Championships, and this was held in Lusaka, Zambia, where we had 8 schools from 6 countries. This was also very good, and of course we want to thank the Zambia Badminton Federation, headed by Mr. K. That thank you for the good job you did, and of course medals were spread among various countries, and of course also we had a new entrance through shorter time, that is Tunisia, being in these championships that took place. When we leave that, we go to see the statistics as they are there. As you can see, we can see the statistics there showing that Nigeria still dominated these events, but I know countries also got many trophies, because if you look at the various tournaments that were there, all together we have 12 countries that got medals in these African championships. So I think it shows that the game of badminton is spreading, unlike in the previous years where we had Mauritius, South Africa, and Nigeria. So now it is 12 countries. I think that is very good, and for the sport development, I think we are moving a step. After the championships, we moved on to our international tournaments, and this one was in 2019. As you know, 2019 was an Olympic year where players were earning points to qualify for 2020 or 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. So they attracted many entries, but we had 15 of them, which is a massive number of countries where in terms of hosting events is concerned. Having been from 2-3, now 15 countries hosting internationals, I think that is very good. We had 8 international series, we had 4 feature series, and we had 1 international challenge. These are very good tournaments, and I think I urge other countries that are not yet hosting international tournament to join us and be able to have the tournament to see that our players can benefit from this. Our biggest challenge in this is that because they attract foreign players from different continents, we have not managed to see that our players get gold from these tournaments. But I know in the near future we can be able to do it to achieve that. After that, when I close that topic, I will move on to my other part, which are technical officials. BCA has continued to develop the referees, the umpires, the line judges, and several courses were held in 2019. And of course, umpires have been assessed to be accredited for BCA, to be certified for BCA, and then of course they will be sent to BWF for accreditation as the procedure goes on like that. Unlike in the previous time where people are just going to BWF and they embarrass us by failing, nowadays we have a system where we have to accredit them before they can be sent to our mother body for assessment. So I think that is very good, and I think it is very important for us as development of the sport on the African continent. Next slide is the Para-Badminton. Para-Badminton, I can say it has continued to develop on the African continent, as we are now having several development activities going on, tournaments going on, and of course our players have benefited on this. You remember a few years back we only had the Nigeria, Uganda, but now we have over 10 countries who are participating in Para-Badminton, and that is very good. And of course it shows that the sport is growing on the African continent. As I say, we had the courses for coaches, for players, and for classifiers from BWF that came to see that our future coaches can be able to coach our players here. Our future administrators can be able to be administered the sport of Para, and of course to see that our players also are coached by experts so that they can improve on their game of Para-Badminton. I want also to thank the Agitos, because Agitos has continued to support Para-Badminton. As you can see, the Uganda International for 2019 attracted 10 countries, and these were, as you can see, Benin, Burundi, Central African Republic, Congo, Egypt, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and of course Uganda. These countries, some of them would have not made it to come to Uganda if it wasn't Agitos. But Agitos, which is an arm of IPC, helps to see that the Para people are supported to see that they can be able to develop the sport and enjoy life like normal people as we are. And of course, as I say, with Agitos helping us, I know in the future we are going to have more classifiers, we are going to have more coaches, we are going to have more players on the African continent, and we can be very wonderful, very proud of the African continent. With those, I think I want, in my conclusion, to acknowledge the members that have worked on the committee, that is Mr. Larry Keys, Dr. Ali, Mr. Godfrey Mathumo, and Mr. Kingston Ulema. Those are the people that I've been working with to make sure that the events department moves on very smoothly, and which has been and has been done like that. With those few words, I say thank you, and if you want anything, you can email me or you can email the GS.